the initiatives that we're leading is this AI collaborative on wildfire. It was a Google.org started initiative. FOW, Earthfire Alliance, Aurora Tech, a variety of different organizations are attached to it, World Economic Forum. And the idea behind it is to leverage AI to make the management of wildfire faster, better, cheaper in a more efficient fashion, and make those tools that are associated with AI accessible to the global community. We had a chance to do some of the similar sort of work with the World Bank in Thailand, where we used some AI techniques to help the Thai government learn more about how wildfire manifested itself in a variety of different systems. We opened up those tools, we co-developed it with local partners, and we were able to distribute it in a meaningful way. We're hoping to be able to extend that sort of work and leverage new technologies and new science, from new satellites that are going up into the atmosphere to new foundation models that are getting built out right now. And what we're hoping to do with the bank is be able to take all those innovations and leverage the bank's network to deploy it in places around the world that actually need it. The one thing that's interesting is that historically a lot of this stuff was built in these competitive spaces. And what we're finding is that with how fast climate is changing and how fast people need to be able to make decisions in a no analog scenario, in a scenario where we haven't seen things before, it requires partnerships. And it requires these partnerships that leverage the value of each institution's power in a way there's a lot of mutual benefit. So by leveraging, for example, Google's expertise in compute and AI with the U.S. Forest Service's expertise in fire management, fire regime understanding, there could be a lot of co-learning that occurs there. Same sort of thing occurs abroad as well. By leveraging similar sorts of technologies with companies like Unilever, we could actually identify where deforestation is occurring in some of these environments and how that's changing fire risk profiles. I think, the one thing that's fascinating is the way that we engage with data is changing rapidly. So, when I was going to grad school, and you can tell by my beard, I'm old, data was limited. And you spend a lot of time spending a lot of thought trying to put an analytical process around limited data. What's happening now is that the volume of data is accelerating. And you see it and you feel it over time. And what's changing is the way that we run analytics on top of it. So it becomes this big filtering exercise of what's meaningful to you in your local context. And some of the stuff that people are engaging with right now, like the chat GPTs, there's a lot of really exciting things around that. Imagine being able to take that same sort of technology and deploy it to satellite imagery and connect it to fire models, fire behavior models, to create new insights at speeds we haven't seen before, where you're able to collect and integrate observational data with statistical data with management needs in seamless processes, where the system itself is creating its own workflow, an agentic workflow. That is exciting, and that's going to accelerate in the next few years. The bank's uniquely positioned in a couple different spots. On the technology side, the World Bank is building out some of these geo agents, and your geospatial shop is world class and a thought leader in deploying some of these different elements. Where there could be collaboration is building more of those public-private partnerships with those different efforts within the bank. The other unique thing about the bank is the resource mobilization, not necessarily money, but people and networks. Identifying where that need is, who those folks are, and how to make those interconnections to try to accelerate the science, technology, and use cases is a unique position that the bank has, along with its partners around the world.